Her failed presidential Good Some Grandpas Play Bingo Real Grandpas Drive Trucks shirt campaign had Good Some Grandpas Play Bingo Real Grandpas Drive Trucks shirt, tank top, V-neck, sweatshirt and hoodie, V-neck, tank top, sweatshirt. Not only did Harris refuse to Good Some Grandpas Play Bingo Real Grandpas Drive Trucks shirts meet other products. Despite the sharing, Mastera would like to share her tutorial to all Craft Maniac readers. Luckily, if you are a Nevada resident wanting to evaluate low-expense overall health insurance coverage, Pretty Old Navy Love One Another shirt plans, there are actually factors you could do to create your search slightly a lot easier. First, for those who meet certain low-income needs, you may be eligible for some medical coverage from the state of Nevada by way of its Medicaid program. Secondly, when you've got children 18 years of age or younger, they may be eligible for Nevada's Checkup program, which supplies low-cost well-being care to virtually 30,000 Nevada young children statewide. But for the majority of Nevada residents, the search for low-expense healthcare continues. So how do you evaluate low-price well-being care insurance coverage in Pretty Old Navy Love One Another shirt, ladies tee, long-sleeved, sweater and hoodie? Pretty Old Navy Love One Another ladies tee, Obamacare Las Vegas? Ahead of we get into methods to compare coverages, let's talk about methods each and every one of us can assist bring down our well-being insurance. Health insurance. Pretty Old Navy Love One Another shirt Las Vegas charges. To begin with, speaking of the USA, you will have to comply with Digital Millennium Commercial Act, DMCA. In the case of the UK, you will need a joint PRS/MCPS online music license. So, make yourself familiar with the law of the country under discussion. For streaming one song, you might also need several licenses. A sound recording license, usually provided by the record who owns it. A license for composition, provided by the company that owns it or the company that administers the publisher's transactions. A public performance license, provided by the performing rights organization the song is registered to. Another key important moment that will influence the overall work and impression of your app is the server-side part. Recollect how annoying it can be when your favorite song pauses or downloads with delays, constantly barking in your headphones. In order for the sound could go sleek and smooth, the app should have a powerful server side. If your app is meant only for Pretty Old Navy Love One Another shirt USA users, the server located in the USA would be enough. But if you have a global strategy of conquering the whole earth, you need to have several servers in different countries. In order to experience the wilderness at the best, you can plan out for staying at the jungle lodges. For booking lodges at affordable rates, you can seek assistance from tour operators in Ecuador. Cotopaxi. The Cotopaxi Mountain is a paradise for mountain climbers in Ecuador. Pretty Old Navy Love One Another long-sleeved, situated 28 kilometers south of Quito. This mountain is among the active volcanoes in the world. It measures a height of about 5,897 meters and is considered the second highest peak in the country. On reaching the apex of the mountain, you will be able to have spectacular views of Quito and neighboring areas. Besides climbing, you can also plan out mountain biking towards the Pretty Old Navy Love One Another shirt. Cotopaxi National Park. Located a few miles away from the volcanic mountain, the Galapagos Islands. The scuba diving tours in the Galapagos Islands are the way to explore the beauty of marvelous marine creatures in the Galapagos Marine Reserve. For diving adventures, you can visit the islands like North Seymour, Wolf or Darwin Island, and Santa Cruz Island. Besides undergoing self-guided driving tours in the vast Pacific Ocean, you can seek the guidance of dive masters provided by tour operators in Ecuador. Please enable JavaScript to view the comments powered by Discuss. Are you planning to build your computer or want to upgrade your unit? Well, the motherboard can sometimes the most confusing a trickiest component. Pretty old Navy love one. Another shirt to select, most especially if you are a beginner. When you use your computer for a long time, it reaches a point where things are not the same anymore. It is no longer fun to use. It cannot function as fast as you want it to. It cannot even support some programs and functions as you wish. The technology landscape is rapidly changing, and more people own smart devices than ever before. Pretty old Navy love one another sweater. According to Pretty old Navy love one another shirt to statistics, approximately 1.26 billion people use tablets across the globe. You must be aware of cybersecurity threats, which are looming large worldwide. But do you know that your printers and copiers are also posing a risk? Yes. It's a bit surprising and hard to believe statement, but it's completely true. Still, it's hard to reconcile the state of the Braves rotation, which, after Max Fried and rookie Ian Anderson, is essentially a collection of rusty pitching machines, with the particular demands of this year's postseason format. A deep run is overdue, as the Braves flamed out in the division series in each of the last 2 seasons. But it's also contingent on Anderson, a 22-year-old rookie with 6 big league starts under his belt, continuing to shove, and the likes of Kyle Wright and Huascar Ynoa giving them at least some competitive innings. Put another way, in order to snap their 25-year World Series drought, they're going to need to hit. The Indians are a team of contrasts. Jose Ramirez, who may well be the American League MVP. On the other hand, the Indians also have the league's stingiest pitching staff, with 4 legitimate studs in their Pretty old Navy love one another shirt rotation, including Shane Bieber, the presumptive Al Cy Young, and 2 of the major's 5 most valuable relievers, Brad Hand and rookie James Karinchak, anchoring an elite bullpen. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. Pretty old Navy love one another hoodie. Marvel not, Pretty old Navy love one another shirt, my brethren. If the world hates you, we know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. Hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us. And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him? My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. And hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before him. For if our heart condemns us, God is greater than our heart and knoweth all things. Beloved, if our hearts condemn us not, then have we confidence toward God. And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments, and do those things that are pleasing in his sight. And this is his commandment. Pretty old Navy love one another shirt, that we should believe on the name of his Son Jesus Christ, because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. And 2 of the major's 5 most valuable relievers, Brad Hand and rookie James Karinchak, anchoring an elite bullpen. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning. Other products.